Now, keeping in mind these little angles of our cat eyes, we are going to play a little bit more, and this time we're going to play with rectangular cat eye. So first thing first, now I have cat eye number 4. I'm applying over the tip, nice and even layer. Okay, remember, be generous. I have some fluff in here. All these fluffs will be really visible later when you're going to create your design. So if you have any, just remove it, get rid of it while you're applying your gel polish. That will be smart, especially if you want to have this really satin look-like effect. So you see, nice and even, nice and easy application of the gel polish. So it's more like a floating movement. And now I'm going to take my magnet first. And first thing first, I'm going to magnetize my particles to have them all in the middle. I will just open my magnet again slightly. I'll magnetize them all, making sure I have this beautiful satin glare in the middle. So starting from the side, you can see this glare is coming through, and I'm just taking my magnet a little bit higher. So I'm just, you see, this is what's happening when I have my magnet in the bottom, and I'm just taking this a little bit higher. So I'm moving my particles towards the middle, and I will do exactly the same on the other side. Of course, on the clients, you can do it like that. You can flip the hands and just use the left hand if you want to do it. What you can also do, you can ask your clients to turn the hand like this, and then you can create this little glare as well on the other side with just your right hand. With the short nails is not a problem as much. I think you can easily do it like this, just a little bit higher, making sure you're controlling your movements, and you want to create this beautiful glare that is in the middle. And then a little bit here, I'll just play around, everything beautifully magnetized. So now this little magic that we do from the top. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my magnet, this one, okay? I mark this magnet because this is my magnet for the French, and I'm loving it for the French. I think it's just the best one that I found. That's why I mark it. I don't want to lose it because they all look in exactly the same. And what I'm doing first, I'm taking my magnet and I'm just going closer to my nail, just like this. And what I will do, I will just change the position of my magnet so it's not completely straight, it's a little bit angled, similar to the cylinder way that we've done before. And I'm going to hold it as close as possible to my nail to create my little French line. So this part, oh, this magnet has to go. This one part is clear, the other one having the French line, and this is the one way of doing French. I'm going to show you, of course, how to do it other ways. So when you have this part absolutely clear and it's just product for the French on top. This is how you can do it. You can also take your magnet, in this case, and then you can start push away the product towards in here, and you see my magnet is like parallel to the nail, and then angle if I want to, and then you will have this little few lines like that. But if you want to have just one line, just a clear at the tip, and then everything closer to the middle, you just need to gently change the angle of your magnet. And why I'm liking a little bit bigger magnet in this case, because sometimes we have to do it, for example, on a square nails, and let's say is a thumb. And although you can use this magnet from here, okay, will be a similar thing. It might be a little bit too short to magnetize the thumb. That will be a little bit bigger, and you will have the problem to create this French line. But this is just something that matter of working out. And you see I'm just a little bit closer in here, and I'm changing the angle of my nail just like that to work around and create this clear line. So let's do it on a little bit shorter nail, so you will also see what's happening on the shorter nail. Let's put this one aside. So it's exactly the same polish. Nice and even layer. What I will do first, I'll first magnetize my full nail. So you see, this is how fast it is on a shorter nail, because of course we don't need to do that much movement. So for salon nails this is just perfect, perfectly glaired. And now what I will do, I'm just taking the angle, okay, holding it, and you can see I'm creating this line that is all my particles are on top, and on the bottom I have the clearer line. Now the more angled is my magnet, the more smiley is my French, and the clearer the line. Okay, so this is all matter of your liking, your taste, and you see how my particles are moving depending on the angle and position of my magnet. So you need to make sure everything is in the middle. Okay, so if I want to do it for my client, I want to make sure everything is in the middle. So everything is perfect. So you can make it smaller, you can make it bigger. Okay, will all depend on the angle of your magnet. Happy? Perfect. I could improve a little bit in here to the side. To change it and correct it one more time. That's better. So if you play too long, it just stops listening to you, but then you can repeat the whole process. Now it's perfect to the light. Now I'm going to show you the different way of doing this French, which is great as well. And this way I would use if I want to achieve really clean look. So just the line of the cat eye without any extras around it, because in our previous way we had this clear French, but then everything was on top. And I've done lots of sets like this for my clients. They really liked the look. But it's not for everyone. The other day as well, one of my students actually asked me, Magda, but what about this clean line? I think I need to have specific magnet for this one to achieve this clean line. Of course, I disagree. It's just a technique. So let me show you how you can make this line super clean. So first thing first, I'm magnetizing my cat eye, so we'll have this satin look and perfectly glaired cat eye. Okay, this is it. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to play first with my magnet. What I want to have this T structure. So you see in here, I can't really touch these magnets together in here. This is when they're repelling, but it's sticking together just over there. It's the same other way around. I can't really do it like that. They just do whatever it wants. Okay, so you need to know which side is working, because what you need is just a little T line. And now I had it and now I've lost it. Now I have it. Okay, I have this T. You can see all these particles are together, so I have two rectangulars. And what you do, you're just making sure this part is in the middle, or roughly as much in the middle as possible. You hold in your magnet like this. And now what you do, you are just holding it on top of your nail to create your French. Now I have these two lines to hold it a little bit closer, so I'll have one. This is something on your client you need to be really close, just like that, okay? And as you can see, the magnet is really strong, so I'm moving the particles, making sure everything is in the middle. Okay, now I'm happy. I have my clean line. This one goes to the light. And just before we move to create some designs with our cat eye, just wanted to also show you the few different magnets and something that you can do with it. Is just for fun. This is something that you will find, as I mentioned, on the internet, different shapes, different sizes, different stuff. So just wanted to show you what you can do with it. Of course, this is just the idea. You can do much more, and you just need to play around. So first thing first, I have my cat eye. I've created this glare in the middle on the one side, just to make sure I'm magnetizing my cat eyes. And now I have this little part in the middle. It's perfectly aligned. So this is still the cat eye number 4. Has a little bit pink in it. It's not really visible on the black, but what we have, for example, the dots like this one. This is little dots. They're bigger, they're smaller, and of course, just depending how you're going to hold it, you can create some kind of designs in this one. Like for example, you can see I have this one bigger and a few smaller, and you can separate your cat eyes just like this to create some design. This is just for fun. The tip from myself, if you're going to do something like that and you're, for example, decided, okay, this is great, this is I think what my client will like, and this is what I wanted to show it to them, take a picture or make a little note how you place your magnets and how they were looking before you will show it to the clients, because sometimes we're just playing and we forget in the position of our magnets, and we're not 100% sure, and this is problematic if we want to repeat it. So now we have this little round shapes in here, and I'm just going to hold it on the side as well, and you can see I'm creating a little bit different elements in my cat eyes. So this is just to play around and create this little holes. See, I can remove the bigger one completely. See, they're just all attaching to my magnets. They're all magnetic. Remove them completely and just play with the small one. Oh, it's not easy. One of my magnets is a little bit too strong. Just like this, okay? And you can hold them all, for example, on the side, and they will all have exactly the same distance, not just the smaller and the bigger one, but just all similar. And you can move things around and create design like this, for example. So this is really what you can play around and do with this one. We have also something like this little flower in here with the 5 balls. Again, I will just pick up my magnet, and first thing first, I will magnetize my particles. I'm just making them all fresh, all nice and shiny. Satin look is here with my cat eyes. Perfect. Remember, before you start to do any design, you first need to magnetize your cat eyes. And what you do, you just holding it as close as possible, and you have a little flower. And then on the other side, so this is really fast way of creating some design. This is like £1 on AliExpress. this little flower thing. I think was the whole set of the magnets were costing me like £2.50 or something. So you can have something like that, beautiful design as well. And remember, make a little note what colors you used, what was your design, what was your magnet, so you'll be able to recreate it. And the same, I'm going to show you the other side as well of this magnet. So first, need to magnetize my particles. Okay, we have the satin look, and here I have this little few dots, and if I will just move them like that, I can create these little lines as well. So this is nice and simple. Now there was one more I think I wanted to show you. In here was a little magnet like this one. You will see some designs as well. So first, magnetizing everything, making sure everything is just beautifully. So you see how quickly I'm doing this? This is really, really fast. So once you understand it, you'll be really quick. And then what you can do, you can just create these little holes like this in your design to create some kind of pattern. And now remember, each one of your magnet will have different strength. Okay, so you need to make sure it's more like giraffe, you see. You need to make sure you practice before, because for example, I have one more, and I think this one, okay, is shorter. So you can see the particles are moving a little bit more away. I can create a little bit cleaner holes in here for the patterns. Okay, this one's a little bit stronger, so you can just work like this, or you can as well push the particles away in a really small way in here to create maybe one side of the pattern if you prefer to be as clear. So if you think about this, you can do a lot with the different magnets. You just need to play and see what's coming up. See, you can just have this one part away. And if I will try to do it with my big magnet, you see what's happening? The whole nail is moving, the whole particles are moving. So if you want to create a little bit smaller patterns, you need something that is a little bit smaller, and you will be a little bit more accurate. I forgot to also show you this little part on this magnet, okay? With this one as well, you can create a little holes, but as you can see, it's much bigger. So all the particles are moving a little bit quicker and a little bit less controlled way, okay? So you can really use this one to create this little glare as well in different ways, or just push the particles away on one side, but you won't be as controlled as you would be with the smaller magnet. Also with this one, you really, to create these patterns, you don't need as much of the smaller magnet. You can just magnetize your nail, making sure all this perfect glare is here. So now you see with the smaller magnet, I'm just pushing the particles a little bit towards the middle. Okay, so I have everything roughly in the middle. And what I will do, I will just take my brush, and you need to have clean brush, something like Jessica's Choice. And you just move your product just like that. Clean brush. To create some interesting pattern. You see? It's perfect. You can also go back with your magnet and make it a little bit more glared as well. Gorgeous icicle. So this is just one magnet, and your brush, so you can play around with this one as well. Okay, so this is our basic movement. So of course, to create the perfect glare, as you can see, with different colors, this glare will look completely different on a black background. So as I mentioned, be sure you check your cat eyes and see what type of background they have before you start working. And if you want to achieve that kind of look over the black with silver cat eye, it is impossible. Okay, so please be aware of this one. This is super important. Now of course we can create different type of French. This is really up to you and up to your client what type of French you would like. You would like something that is moving a little bit more, or something that is more clean. If it comes to look as well, you can of course push all the particles in the middle. I will just change the position like that, you will be a little bit more visible, and keep it all like that. Or you can play around with both your brush or your magnet to create that kind of look. I'm going to show you now how I have my cat eyes displayed in my salon. So this is what I have for my clients to see on top of the colors of the cat eye, and this is just the basic designs I have with the cat eyes. So this is something for them to see what we can do about this. And of course just offer them that they can have the glare like this one, they can have one line, they can have two lines like this, or they can have French, or something like an aura in the middle, and we can make it in different colors. If they're not sure what type of colors, then I will do one nail for them in a specific color. They'll be like, okay, can I have this one in red? I'm going to show you how to make it in red, and I will just do one nail, agree if they like it or if they not. Normally they will say yes, because we have this little maybe discussion with the clients, what type of color they like, if they're more dramatic or more subtle, etc. And we know really our clients as well, so we know how we can play. But this is roughly how I have it and how I'm showing to them the basic designs that we can do. And of course, and if we have the free hand, then we can do much more. But this is what I have displayed. This is as a base is not black. As a base, I choose really dark gray from our witches collection. I will need to find out and place it in the comments the color. I forgot the name of the color. Is really dark gray, dark brown. You will know which one. And on top of it is cat eye number 4. So it's one color on top of it, and I've just magnetized it in a different way so the clients can roughly see. And this is how I have it displayed.